Running out of darkness.
All right. Right, you running out of darkness. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, fam. How y'all doing? We in Florida are enjoying, it's Northwest Florida. We are enjoying a snow. Well, we did. It didn't stick, but it did show up
2
again.
inches in Laurel Hill.
Right, right. For the second year in a row.
Yeah, after
And most
11
people
years
be
of a drought.
yeah. So if y'all up north, I know we're not getting what you get, but I appreciate being able to be in the house in warmth. That snow is cold out there. Down here they call it a hawk. That wind come around there. They got caught with that hawk. This is the Threshold Agenda, and I am here with my guest today again. Once again. Say hi to Allie the PR.
Guess who's back?
Allie the PR.
Morning. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Right. I want to know, the whole thing. What's happening in the as far as trending news today? You have anything that you've been paying attention to that's happening in news that you've been noticing in the world?
Not in particular, but I mean, there's a lot going on. I just think we're living in a simulation. I don't.
The Matrix?
We're in the Matrix.
We still plugged in.
Stuff is going on.
What makes you think we're still in the Matrix? What anything in particular?
I just think that we lie to ourselves if we think that we're, getting better. I think that we still have a long way to go. We're celebrating the wrong things, but
we celebrate the lie instead of the truth. That's a good topic. That's what we're gonna go on. We're gonna celebrate the lie instead of. Wait a minute. We celebrate the lie instead of the truth. Deception is something that's easily digested. We'd rather take that. It's the easy way. But why? Like, why is the lie something that we accept more than the truth? I don't know. But I will say, we go back to because I like to kind of go to the church, and to me, the church is the body of Christ, not the buildings and the denominations and things like that. We go into the group of people who you would think they're supposed to stay as far away as possible from the lie. But I do know that a lot of times the lie can go undetected because it went unchecked for so long. And to me, first of all, a lie is basically an untruth. It's an intentional untruth. Another way you could say is deception. A lie is an intentional verbal deception. You're trying not to allow somebody to actually be able to make their own choices based on the truth. You rather than make a choice based on deception, because that gives the illusion that you have more control. That's why people do it, because you can't control the truth. The truth is just the truth. You can't own it, can't manipulate it, you can't move it. You can't, take it and add to it, take away from it. Once you do any of that, it ceases from being the truth. The truth is the truth on its own, and it does not have anything to do with any person in particular. It just is the truth. I noticed that a lot of people do. A lot of people speak a lot of lies to themselves over time. One of the examples I know is especially in the body of Christ. I hear this a lot, and it bothers me when they do it. Let's say somebody is sick, right? They're sneezing. They doing. I don't know. And they're like, "Man, you all right?" No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I heard that a lot. Oh, it's just allergies. It's like you got mucus and everything all up in you. It's allergies. Okay. Well, why? When did you develop these allergies? And blah blah blah. And they come up with all kinds of anecdotes and things of what's going on and why they acted in the same way they are. Or let's go past the allergies, because that's something you can't really prove on a person. Why is it that a lot of people will be sick? You can tell they're sick. Like, let's say they went and got diagnosed with something. They'll go to the doctor and they'll get diagnosed with something. And the doctor will tell them, you have I don't want to say this word because I don't want to, but you have the big C, right? Or you have, let's say you have a STI that you didn't know. You shouldn't have been, you shouldn't have that. Somebody did something wrong if you have an STI, most likely, right? But let's say they do say you have an STI, right? And the first thing you'll hear them say, the devil is a lie. I'm like, I don't think he was talking to the devil. I think he was talking to the doctor. And you saying he's lying? Well, I don't have that. And we're gonna speak into existence. Let me tell you something. Speaking into existence is different than actually receiving information and then going along. When a doctor says you have something, you actually may have it. But some people say, I don't accept that. It's not about acceptance, it's about doing something against it. Don't say, I don't have it after they said it. You just lied. You sick? No, I ain't sick. Yes, you are. You what are you gonna attack? Are you going to attack the doctor? You mad at the doctor for telling you that you actually have something, or are you going to actually do something about it? We got some denominations in Christianity that they will refuse to go to a doctor. I don't know where they got that from, because in the Bible there were people going to doctors all the time. Matter of fact, most people who were going, who Jesus ended up finding, on his travels or whatever, they were going to a doctor, and they would go to him as the doctor. He was a physician, a master physician, spiritual healer, or whatever. They would go to him. So I don't understand why it is that people would rather accept the lie. Those people, so you were just going to him because of the sickness that you almost had, or were you actually sick? You were sick. That is it. In person, people go off and you can see them physically showing something, and they think that if I speak into existence or manifestation, manifestation is something that happens after something, because obviously you wanted to change something. So what was it before you changed it? Accept that. Like, don't lie, and now you're in sin, and you expect God to actually adhere to the next words you say right after that. I'm not sick. I'm blessed and highly favored. Ain't nobody asked you if you were favored. We asked you about your health right now.
Right. I mean, you are favored, but that still doesn't mean you're not going to go through.
Right.
Things. Yeah.
There's no need for Christ or the Spirit of the Lord to heal anything if it's not sick. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And that's a side of him that exists for a reason. That means sickness exists. That means if you are in that, then you can tell you don't have a testimony if he didn't heal you from anything. I can't tell you and prove to another person who may not know anything about God. I can't really share that to that person and get them excited and make them think that, well, if he can heal you, maybe he can heal me too. Yes. If that is your belief, but I lean a lot of things to be it unto you according to your own faith. Don't come looking at me if it don't happen the way you thought it was. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to do it. But then, is that a lie? Is it to your own understanding, or did I just set them up for failure?
I mean, it's all about denial. It's the psychology of the person receiving the message. So I think the problem is the denial.
Okay, we got the lie. Believing the lie. Believing the lie. Tell me, what kind of lie do you that you heard of? Or have you ever experienced that? Even what I just spoke of, as far as you being in the body of Christ, what kind of illness or what kind of situation was a person in, and instead of accepting the situation or just speaking on that, they went on and said that it doesn't exist or it's not true, and you watched them actually go through it, probably even longer than they should have, because they just simply denied the truth. That is a bad situation. Put your answer in the comment section.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I was like, I got one.
You go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not even like I'm just not gonna be drawn out, but I've been told before that sickle cell goes away.
Who told them that?
They said a nurse did, and I said who? But anyway,
right.
Education, folks, just read.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got all the resources here. I can see if it was, back in the day we didn't have no information, but to be present day, still telling stuff to my face, I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I'll give you that one.
For those who don't know about sickle cell, this is another little tip of information. Yeah, right. You don't grow out of sickle cell. Having sickle cell, any version or variant of sickle cell, it is genetically there, was put there from your mother and or father, So therefore, it is a part of you. Until unless they do a little bit of that gene editing and you allow them to go in and change your genetic makeup, it's a part of you, which means that they, change your DNA, they change a part of you. So you don't grow out of sickle cell. It doesn't go away. You may have less problems because of your lifestyle, and that's what we try to encourage people to change their lifestyle or improve their lifestyle through things like examples like hydration and making sure you get your electrolytes, get plenty of rest, avoid stressful situations, prepare for things that are coming, uh, and keep the uh, pain management regimen on deck, and one of the biggest things is the support. I mean, help, having caregivers around of some sort at certain calibers is a big help, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, not trying to change the subject, but I'm gonna kind of ask a little question. I want to ask a little question right, real quick. And uh, this goes out to just to have a different topic in here. I kind of want to add something. We talk about relationships, right? And a lot of people believe the lie of the relationship. You will see the red flags, and that's a big thing. A lot of times, a lot of people have right now. They see red flags, but they ignore it because they don't want to be lonely, or they really want to believe in the lie that they even put in their mind about the person when they don't even know the person. You know. So my question right now, and this is to you also. You're in a relationship, or let's say we're in a relationship. Uh, and this is one of the things we need to do, or what people, I believe, have this question before you make a decision to be married, right? How would you approach or handle a situation where our career goals led us to different locations? How would you approach the situation? How would you think it should be handled? I'm gonna say it again, just in case you didn't get it. How would you approach or handle a situation where our career goals led us to a different location? Now, let's say we're in a relationship with we're in a relationship we're deep, and we're thinking about the marriage. We're thinking about being married. So we come to this situation where you get an offer. It's a big one. You've been waiting on it, or myself. Let's say both of us. How do we deal with this? How would you deal with this?
I would look at the longevity of the positions, the field it's in, the location of where you're thinking about moving. I mean, it's always going to be a discussion first. It's not a clear cut. Okay, you're making more money and you're going to take this, job. Money isn't everything. Is it going to benefit both of you? I think it's a mutual decision. For someone to be offered a job, just the offer itself doesn't mean that you're going to get the job in this market. So entertaining it is not a deal breaker, you know, for me. As far as being in a relationship with someone, I'll discuss it. And if it becomes a reality where they're like, your start date will be in, like, ooh, you can always decline. I mean, nobody's forcing you to do that, but definitely weigh the pros and cons
Hmm.
of both, and make a decision based on both of you.
Is
What's
that what
best
you're
for
gonna
both
do?
of you? Yeah, I mean, and I was faced with that years ago, but I ended up moving because it was a better move for myself. My partner at the time didn't want to move, and we weren't deep in the trenches together, but um, we grew apart after that. So that's the reality. The decision that you make, you have to stand on it. And it didn't have to be over, but sometimes it does. You move apart physically and emotionally.
But so you had a discussion
Yeah, we have a
about,
discussion
and
about I was offered a job.
he chose against it.
Hmm.
Why? You know why?
Had a sense of longing. Our friends and everything was there where we were living. And I thought beyond that because the older you get, and now I sound like an old person, but the older you get, the less the friendships matter in terms of my livelihood. we weren't in the best situation. We weren't in a position where we could be making financial decisions based on friends. Because those friends are not always going to be there when
Right.
the bills are due.
Shoot, that's almost all the time.
So I would like that they can visit.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not that far away.
I don't know why a person would put friends in the forefront of their
Comfort.
decision.
Mhm.
So, but you're a grown man. You're a grown woman. I understand. That's what you do in school. You have a comfort. You know people, but you mean to tell me that your lifestyle could change? Because that's what an opportunity is to help you choose. You wouldn't call it an opportunity if it wasn't to give you increase. And you mean to tell me that you don't want? Do you want to be physically there like you in school instead of go after something to create a better life for yourself? And your friends who've been there the whole time didn't give you that increase. They didn't give you the opportunity, but you rather stay there for them instead of you or your possible potential future spouse.
Well, that's that comfort of the lie. Do you think the people that you have in front of you right now are going to be there 10 years from now? And probably 2 of them will still be there.
Maybe. But
a handful.
A lot of times, a lot of these friendships are actually built on a lie, and in the first place, that's what makes it fragile.
Proximity.
And as soon as you get tired of holding that lie up, and you relax a little bit, and they see the true you, all of a sudden everything changes, and it can change like immediately. Whatever they thought you were, or whatever they thought you had, when the truth shows up, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I thought you were this. You should have known the whole time, but this is one of the reasons why I it's hard for me to actually be loyal to a fault to people outside of my family. Even family, sometimes they those are the ones that betray you big time. I'm more loyal to we can expound on that later in a different conversation of why I'm like that. I'd had to realize I'm like that. I didn't know it growing up, things just kept happening. So I kept developing into this person to where I'm tired of going through that. It seems to be more prevalent now. It's we know with the generation I grew up in versus the ones we're in now. I focus on the purpose and the principle of what's going on, not the person, because the person can change on you, but the purpose still has to be satisfied. And I keep telling people that whatever the issue is, that's what if I'm here to help you do this, then I'm here for that. Whether you change or not, this thing still has to be satisfied, and that's what I wanted to do. It's kind of hard to change up on people like that, but yeah, they rather adhere to the lie than the truth quickly. A lot of people, I believe, in this whole gender thing is pushing the lie instead of just telling the truth. And it's like we do know some of those things are actually truthful. But now you start layering it with so many lies and so much deception. Now I don't even want to accept any of it because I don't know which part is true anymore. You've mixed it up. That happens in religion. You got so much junk on top of the truth. It's really not that many things to really adhere to when you think about how can I live a Christ-like life? How can I live according to the word? He didn't give you 3,000 laws, 3,000 pages of the law. Yeah, with all of this stuff and amendments. I believe the amendments came with the New Testament.
Yeah.
I was like, he had law, and then Christ came to make amendments to it to show that we're not held by that. Now we do it like this is a better way to do it because y'all were kind of stuck there, and I'm gonna give you a way to get out of it.
But it's not buried.
It's not buried. I'm going to add to it. It's not gone. I'm not changing it. I'm adding to it because it's still the same person. And I believe the lie is really one of those things that's very easy to throw around and get people to believe because it can be new. Most people know the truth and they knew it the whole time. But when you came in, you added right the whole time. Now, why do you keep doing that?
Shout out to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Sally Fields. Yes.
She said, the whole time? The whole time?
The whole time?
She had 3 different emotions.
Yes, that was funny. That was funny. Yeah, I love that scene. That's that's my favorite scene of the whole movie. The whole time.
She was like, wait a minute,
I gotta go. Everybody like, what in the world is going on with you? Yeah. this is why people don't trust politicians. This is why people don't trust anybody. But they will. This is what's funny. We know the politician lies, right? The vast majority of the time, we know they're lying, whether they intend to or not. Some of them come in, because we know a lot of politicians, when they get in office, they come in with the best intentions. And I'm not saying that they are intentionally lying, but what I'm talking about are the ones that will fluff up a bunch of stuff and tell you something that you know can't happen. I'm gonna make it to where every citizen can buy a mansion. It's like, man, if you don't get out of my face with that, first of all, some of these people don't even want a mansion. Look, I want all that. Give me the money to do all this other stuff. I don't want that big old house. I'm by myself. What you mean? But politicians, it's very hard to trust them. And so we got to pick and choose what do we think is more truthful than the other. But you can't tell, right? Instead of trying to promise somebody, tell them what your plan is, and can they stick with the plan? Because the plan is usually tied to a purpose, and that's what I'm talking about. But if you come up here telling somebody I'm gonna do this, me and my partner over here don't like, man, don't put me in that. Don't put me in that. Don't put my name with that, because I didn't say I was gonna do that. Don't do that.
Put something on it.
Yeah. So we go back to the relationship question, right? What would you do? I think, okay, but what would you do with you're a woman? So let's say that I want to go somewhere. How would you handle my decision to go?
Where you go, I go.
But we're not married.
I know, but how much money are you making?
But we haven't. I mean, I'm saying, so if
you get that paycheck, we can go get married then.
So if my salary doubles, but my salary at first was $40,000. Now I'm saying, and my salary was $40,000. I wasn't doing too great. It's around the average, but I wasn't doing too great to be trying to get married. To me, so I end up doubling up. So I'm at the 80 mark, or maybe a little bit more. And of course, if we're in a relationship, hopefully you already knew what I was making. So you was good with 40. So 80, you moving?
Of course.
Yeah.
What Cedric the Entertainer said on Keys of Comedy, said, y'all going to the moon, I'm going to the moon too.
Right. So what if I'm not quite sure?
Any kind of doubt
that you
go
should move
first.
Yeah, I want to go first, because I don't even know if it's gonna stick.
Right. No, you don't just go upheave and up, or whatever the word is, and just stop everything, especially if you got kids involved and stuff. Like I said, it's a conversation.
No kids. We're not married.
Well, I know, but in this generation, people have outside kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that would be another question.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
but if it's just you and I, or just the people, just the relationship itself, I'd go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Where we going, Austin? Where we going, California?
Where do you think would you go? Would you go, ladies? If you're out there and you're in a relationship, and the guy you're in a relationship, he gets an opportunity to double up on his salary, whatever it is, would you? And he says, well, whether he asks you or not, are you already willing and hoping that you can go also to continue on the relationship? He might change on you.
Money usually changes people a little bit.
Yeah. So, and it might be for the worst. Then you stuck.
No, you ain't. You never. And see, that's the thing. You never put all your eggs in one basket. That's what the old heads told me.
Okay. So what do you mean by that? You just move. Okay. Let's say you move with him.
Yeah.
He's gone. Mm-hmm. So you move with him, and now he's in the relation. Now he has the new job. He's making more money. Now he figured out he's making more money. Other women are going to see him. So now he's been tempted like he's never been tempted before, because he just moved in a whole entirely new tax bracket.
Oh yeah.
And let's say he can't handle that new attention.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Let's say he handles the attention, the new attention, like a bachelor instead of somebody who's in a relationship, and y'all live together.
Mm-hmm. You better Get your life together.
You're not going nowhere?
What
You're
you
not
mean?
married yet.
We could be roommates until it's time to
Till it's
part
time
ways.
for you to go.
But yeah, like I said, don't go nowhere without a backup plan.
Right.
Even him, like to the old heads, they say don't, we ain't supposed to let a man know everything that you got. So don't get to a position where you're stuck.
Yeah.
If it don't work out, you can politely go left.
Well, as a guy, of course, I'm gonna think a little differently. First of all, I don't care how much money she make. She get an opportunity to go, and she chooses to go. My thought process is different because it has nothing to do with the money. It's like, so you leaving? Okay, well, have a nice life,
dog.
Because I'm not chasing after you like that. I'm not gonna follow you. That's not the order I want in my household. There's nothing wrong with her. It's just I don't think she's the one for me if she's got this kind of opportunity. Because first of all, she already chose to leave. I want to choose to follow opportunity. I know. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you're not, I don't think you was for me because I'm not going to chase you. And that doesn't mean we have to be enemies or anything like that. I'm just not going to follow you because you got a better job. We're not married yet. I'm not going to make it a permanent thing chasing after money. To me, that's a wrong move for a guy. Because if he married you now, then he's chasing money for you. And that's not, I don't think you want him to lead you. I don't think that's a good husband, the one that's supposed to be the provider and protector. I don't think he's in a good position and in the right mindset to really be moving like that. If he follows her because she's making more money, that's not your spouse yet. That's a person who you like. You haven't. There's no contract. There's no covenant. There's nothing there to bind you, and you're gonna set yourself up for something that you hope for. I hope that when
Some
we
people
get
don't
there,
hope, we wish.
We wish. You talking about black people?
Yeah.
We don't hope. We wish.
I wish you would move.
I wish you would move. Think you're gonna leave me? You going to the moon? We going to the moon too. And I believe that with that being said, it's not to say that it's necessarily wrong because it can work. Throughout my experiences in life and all my relationships, not saying I had a lot of relationships. I just said all my relationships. It was a bunch of
a couple.
Yeah, it was several. Obviously, they failed because I never ended up getting married. But throughout the ones that I did have, there was a lie always lingering in the beginning, whether I knew it was there or not. And that's the problem with the whole situation of why, one of the reasons why I wouldn't leave, because people are good until they get better. And then all of a sudden you see something like, did I not see those red flags when I first met her? Probably. I think most of the time, if you didn't see the red flags, it's because you either didn't want to or you moved too fast. You were too busy trying to do something that you should not be doing with that person. I believe if you go in a relationship the way you should with intention, and you actually take your time to get to know the person, you will see the things that they can.
Yeah, be their friend. You'll see their habits.
Yeah.
What they about.
Because whatever mask a person has or a veil is, they remove it when they get comfortable. When they take that joke off, you get a chance to see them. But if you're too busy pressing on the whole thing and you're trying to move fast, you're trying to gain something.
What are you running from?
It's not. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's. Now it's like, well, who are you to tell? Look, what I'm not gonna do is try to tell you how to make it work. I just know how it doesn't work. That's something I do know. I have ideas and my opinion about what I think can work, but I'm not. If obviously I'm not perfect at all, I would have had it, and I'd be like, look, I'm gonna do it again. Watch, boom, go ahead, do it again.
I will say that if he said it was the woman and the getting the job offer and this, that, or whatever, and the conversations had, and it may not, it's leaning towards a no on his end, because of, like you said, I'm a man, I'm not moving for you, and you express that. Some people say, I don't want to hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
You go. Be careful what you say. Because if you don't want me to go, you need to say that. You need to say, you know what, I know that this may seem like a better opportunity, but we're going to grow apart, and I feel like we're in a good space right now where we could grow together.
Yes.
Don't make it about others. Make it about you and your partner. When we have a family or we're going to create a family later on, those are intentions. Though that's on the path of what you wanted, because you're talking to somebody in the first place with the intent of being married or whatever. But if you have a problem with it, state the problem. State it.
Right.
Because if you don't say nothing, that is an indicator. That's also an indicator.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that it should be.
Yeah, you need
definitely
to say
be discussed. Well, that's part of the thing. Yeah, and
but some people be like, I'm not gonna, get involved. You already made a decision. Go ahead. No, do you want me to go or not? No, I don't want you to go. Okay, well then I'm not going. But if you don't ever say I don't want you to go, in my mind, you want me to go because you haven't said you didn't want me to go.
Yeah, you're not gonna even try to attempt to fight.
You ain't even gonna try to say something. Okay,
none.
No,
just gonna
don't wait till I'm gone and I'm already over there. No.
Right.
You should say something before I took the job, before I signed the lease, before I did all these things. It's too late now. Don't miss me now.
Is that the part that happened with you too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means the person didn't really want you. Is that what you're saying?
I think that they wanted the proximity of me. And when the proximity was gone, they're like, oh, and they came. They ended up coming. And they're still there.
Right. Right.
So I mean, it's one of those things.
I think that if people enter relationships with the truth, they won't waste so much time. That's another part where we come up with the lie. You entered into this thing with deception, and which, like I said, deception is a verbal or nonverbal intentional lie. You wanted to deceive me in some sort of way. My relationships, they usually started off with I won't say that they necessarily lied, but they were deceptive. They didn't tell me about the things that they were still attached to when we first started courting. And so I'm thinking that they are actually single, and they're not. They're still bound with something, and they're still attached to something else. Ooh. And so we go into this, and now you're trying to bind to me, and spiritually, mentally, whatever we're going to do. But we run into problems, and I don't know what that problem is because I don't know you, and I want to hope that you are better than what you really are, because I don't want to think that I wasted my time so far. And the problem is, since I believe that, I waste more time because I'm still sitting here. I feel this, I sense this, I'm discerning this, I've heard this, and I don't want to admit that the lie is easier to digest than the truth. I want to believe that we can work. I don't want to seem like a failure. I don't want to seem like I missed the mark. I don't want you to think. I don't want anybody to think that when they saw me with something that's been for the streets.
Let's park right there. In the church, or just in general, when you're in an environment where you have all this counsel, they tell you what not to do for the men, right? Instead of what to do. And what did they say to you? I think it was a recurring theme
for men.
We talked about for you in your past relationships. She may not be something that
she may not be something that I want, but she may be something that you need. And so that made me ignore the things that I actually want and accept the things and the needs were not actually something that I thought I needed. They were manufactured needs from what the church told me. The people in the church told me, well, you need a woman like this. You need a woman that could do this. You need a woman like this. But most of those women were told what not to do. So I needed a woman who didn't do these. I needed a woman who didn't do that. And I thought that was good. So those things were the things I was looking for when I looked at women, because I thought that the things that the body of Christ, not my body of Christ, church people told me that's what I was supposed to look for in order to be happy or happily married. And every single time that they were never what I wanted, and it didn't work. It would show its face early, but I would say, well, man, they may be what I need, not what I want. So let me see if I could change this, or maybe I need to be this, or maybe I need that. I kept trying to change myself around this thing to try to make it work, because I was too busy still trying to be married to somebody, because I thought that's what I was also supposed to be, which I don't believe everybody is supposed to be married. but that took me a while to get to that belief system. Yeah, so I would think that about that, and that they failed hands every single time. Every single time, it never succeeded. No matter what I did, always the same. And not the crazy thing is, it was almost always the same exact result. It didn't even really change that much. The same amount of time that I took to try to do it. I wasted so much time trying to make something that I already knew was a lie into something else. And so my time was given to failed situations, failed relationships. And so now the person who I probably was or could have been with, I missed all that time from being with them because I wasted time with this person who wasn't even for me. But I wanted to believe that lie that, you know, you do this, and they kept saying. Also, they kept telling me, "You got time." Let me tell you something. Anybody, you don't have time. Now, I'm not saying rush into things, but what I am saying is make it intentional. When you're looking for somebody, make sure you're actually looking for what you actually want. Because at the end of the day, no matter who has been talking to you, they had their relationship, they have their marriage. Nobody said that their marriage was even happy. But what happens is you don't want to be the person waking up next to somebody who you'd rather be in a different bed with. You want to be in a relationship with somebody who you actually have a desire for. You want that person, not just somebody who you need. They usually come with qualities that you can use also. But if you don't want them, I don't think it's a good thing to start with. What you think?
Agreed.
Well, but you know, I appreciate you showing up again today. We're gonna keep this short and sweet. We're gonna come.
We weren't going to talk about the McRib not being pork, but it is. People filed a lawsuit.
What?
Against McDonald's.
Did you eat that?
I had it.
I never jumped on the whole thing. It's back. They say it's back. I had it one time. Now I'm not gonna lie. I did.
Yeah, I was saying, you
and look, I had to add that cheese to it because that sauce. Yeah. We were eating a product. We were eating bread.
They said it's pork.
What part of the pork?
They said it's 100% pork meat. I don't know.
Yeah, still. But what part of the pork? Brain. We eating hog head. Y'all eating hog head cheese and didn't even know it.
Listen, McDonald's said don't worry about that. we made it look like a pork chop.
How you eat hog head cheese and cheese with bread, and you eating sauce, hog product, and cheese and bread. You like, well, this thing good. No, that sauce is good. You took that sauce off of that thing.
I hope they win that lawsuit.
You want some of it?
I'm just saying, you going against the
big dog.
Yeah,
you going against the big dog? Yeah, and win. Yeah. I didn't eat that. Anybody, y'all, did you?
I didn't enjoy it, but when it came out, it was all like, okay.
Now, a lot of people going on this whole big thing right now. You don't want the drugs, but you mad at this, but you don't want this. Look, some things it's not that you're accepting it. It's the fact that you've already eaten so much of it, and it's one of those things that if you're not prepared to substitute it right now, you still got to eat something. So your child doesn't understand that when they're hungry and they're going through the pains and all of this, because you don't want to take them here versus there. Because none of these people, what they talking about, I'm getting off subject. Let me ask you something. What is it? Now, out of all the things, I ain't going to try to get too much into the drama, but we have fake meat, right? I ain't want to get into the whole thing. The clone is at least it's still a meat. It's still an animal of some sort. But the whole fake manufactured fake meat, out of all what is it about? Y'all, I want y'all to give me why do you think and who chose to do this? Out of all the things we can duplicate, we got all the cows, we got all the pigs, we got all the turkeys, we got all the chickens, and these are the common things that most people on the planet Earth eat. Beast come with a water buffalo, a gazelle, or something. You mean to tell me that certain people decided they want to make and add human meat to our food supply? Out of all the animals, you thought human was the one we want to duplicate? Why don't you just duplicate more cows and pigs and chickens? Why would you put human meat in our food supply?
You done had a finger before, though.
A chicken finger, a steak finger?
No, a human finger, because somebody, when they was going through the machine and it fell in the cake.
We don't know if you ate it. We don't know who ate it.
It's in there.
No, it was in there, but we don't know who ate it. But what I'm saying is, why would you choose human meat? That doesn't make sense to me. That's somebody trying to kill you or just make you just gross you out for no reason. Out of all the thought processes, you said, I'm gonna duplicate human meat and make humans eat human meat. That's the mentality of cannibals. So who said yes to human meat? You know what?
That's another question for the next episode.
That's another, right. Listen, until next time, thresholders, we're going to talk with this voice, right? Until next time, I hope everybody hearts and minds are clear. I hope if you enjoyed this, please put a comment in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe, and be on the lookout. I will put out something. I want to try to bless somebody. I know I did it before, nobody bit, but let's see if somebody do it this time. I want to say thank you for everybody who's joined me, and I pray that you have a blessed day and a blessed week. Until next time, be blessed. What you say, Allie PR? What you say, Allie PR?
Allie, the PR.
What you know?
I don't have an outro yet.
Okay. That was your outro, Allie, the PR?
Allie, the PR.
Okay. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us. Be blessed.
I was like, huh?